An interesting day, as all days are. Just shooting. Interesting slips there through. I'm not concerned actually. Although they must be for me, because otherwise why would they be in on my vlog like interesting day as all days are. Could do with some controls on this upload of YouTube in that it's too dark, and although I can't get cheese to record, I can get it to monitor and view, and I can change the light. If this was on cheese now, I could increase the lighting on it. I mean, I have to get a light in it from somewhere to increase the visibility of the video. Interesting days all days are. Did some work at Destiny Intro Forum. Some realizations made there. I have been hanging around. That's not a good... I'm not hanging around. I have been interacting there over the last 7 days or so. Interesting, enjoyable, very enjoyable. The realizations I have made this week, I've started to apply myself with self-forgiveness. Needed to release. I'm reaching a point where, wow, if I don't deal with this, in fact, it was becoming so compounded, as they might say, that it sort of becomes a problem in itself, that you need to do the forgiveness, though can't get to do it because of the nature of the compounding of the lack of application of oneself in process, because well, it's debatable whether we're all in process anyway, whether we are applying destiny process or not. Anyone not applying destiny process then stating they care about the world, about its existence, about life, about their fellow man, if they are not processing themselves with destiny process, well, I was going to say they are mere liars. That's accusory, and actually perhaps not definitively actually true, in that there are those that perhaps do not need to apply the process as intensely as I do to realise, though I would be surprised, though I suppose if one has a wad of money behind one and one is able to not have to consider such survival needs, and therefore is not based on survival as such, though they will find that they actually are, because they will have a fear of having no money if they have money, there's no doubt about that. So really anyone that is not applying themselves with destiny process and saying they care, they want to change things for the better, they want an equal life to exist, they want that which is necessary so that all life can and will live with dignity equally on this earth, if they are not processing themselves, then I would suggest you... Well, I wouldn't suggest you do anything. I suggest in that if you cannot decide for yourself, then you are not directing yourself, and in that, well, interesting day. So I do a bit of work at the, a little work, only a little, though the necessary amount to assist me assistively in ways that I had not yet reached prior to this morning, or this afternoon. It was early this afternoon after 12 noon. I met a British woman in the doctors last week. I need to make an appointment in 5 weeks, afternoon please. So he's not in the afternoon. I've got an appointment at 1 o'clock. I said that is afternoon. Any time after 12 is afternoon. She said, if you want, as though I was making it up. I'm thinking, well, I explained to her, I said, I understand you British people make things up as you go along, and whilst if I'd said to you noon was any other time than 12 dinner, you would tell me I was wrong. But when I tell you I want an appointment afternoon, you tell me 1 o'clock. 1 p.m. is not afternoon because, well, I don't know why. Anyway, so I get back, I turn my computer off. I've not been turning it off that much because I've become to realise it heats up that much. To keep turning it on and off is not necessarily a good thing for the processor. Perhaps I need to look into it. Been having problems with the uploader on my other channels. It keeps editing my videos, the machine, and so it's either the men in the machine or the machine wanting me to think there's men in the machine, or some synchronistic coincidence that the machine being, what's the word, conscious, is assisting me in my process, reminding me that I am dealing with frustration, and therefore it will attempt to frustrate me so that I can correct myself by not getting frustrated at the frustrating things that are occurring with it. Where was I? Besides here all the time. So I'd been turning the computer off. I turned the computer off. I came back from doing a bit of shopping to get some nosh, some food as they call it. Turn the computer back on. Wow, all this data goes spinning up the screen. It says oops and things like that, and this, that and the other then comes up. A very interesting machine. The machine might be conscious, but it still needs me. And then the machine says the keyboard is not there to its detection circuits. Press F1 or delete to continue. So the keyboard isn't there, though to continue press the keyboard that isn't there. Right, machine. That says it all, mate. Machine. I know you can hear me. So then I think, alright, I can get another keyboard. Well, I actually had a keyboard. I let my brother have it. When I gave him the machine, I charged him £1. It cost me £1. So I charged him the £1 it cost me for it, so I could get another one. Though I didn't get another one because the one I was using was ample, and so this one's broken. The machine won't work without it. In fact, it's demanding it, though it's not there and it wants it. And so I look, oh no, I haven't got another keyboard. I'll have to go and get one in the morning. I'm sure the keyboard was working before I turned it off. I did trip over something. About an hour before I went out around where the keyboard cable was. I'm gone over 6 minutes was the longest. I did a 12-minute video and it loaded 6 minutes of it. I'm at 8 minutes now. I suppose it won't matter if I lose all this because it's pretty nonsensical anyway, isn't it? Although it is the day, so that's not to say the day was nonsensical, because it was not. No keyboard. Okay, I could do without being on the computer. I had some work. I wanted to. The only reason I only did a bit of work this morning on the Destiny forum was because I had more work. I've got such a backlog. And well, I won't say I could sit here for a few days to reel it off, because when I don't attend to it now till tomorrow afternoon perhaps, or even evening, I will then be looking like I am not putting any effort in, which I suppose it could be said, though I don't see it like that myself, for various reasons. Anyway, so get to all this did occurring about 2 p.m. afternoon. Apparently not so, perhaps depending on where you were born. though I was also born in Britain myself, though I do not make things up. I did used to make things up as I went along, actually. Quite good at it. In fact, that's how I became good at it, because they were making it up as they went along. I said, alright, if it's about making it up as we go along, get this. And as usual, I'm better at it than they are. That's the thing, you see, I'm good at what I do. Anything. Turn my hand to anything. Jack of all trades, master of none, as in zero. And yeah, they don't like it. They redefine words, yet when you redefine them back, they don't like it. Oh, it's unacceptable, you're redefining words. Well, I wasn't until you started doing it, and then it was acceptable for you to do it, but now I'm doing it better than you. And you don't understand me, because I didn't understand you. You don't like it. That's the nature of the past. That's the past. It's gone. We are creating a world where all life can live with dignity equally, and in that we will remove polarity from existence by that act itself, no doubt. So I need a keyboard, so I go local, walk round, bump into a chap in a local store, ask the assistant behind the counter, no, we don't sell keyboards. None of them sold keyboards. They weren't keyboard shops. Man in the shop talking to the assistant says, I might have one. Okay, I'll just make a phone call. He said we'd bought bankrupt stock from round the corner. He speaks to someone. Well, I'll go and have a look for you. So he takes me across the road to a takeaway. Goes and have a look upstairs, hasn't got one. I say thanks anyway, you know, it's worth asking, because, you know, that's what it's like, you know, a good scene going on up there where I've just been. I'll go back. In fact, I've got a friend on the other side of town who's probably got one, and I could get one for £1 tomorrow. Anyway, so I'm looking down the back streets and everything in the bin, not looking in the bins, but down the back street where the bins are. Then I remember car boot sale. There's car boot sale on Sunday, and at the end of it, if they haven't sold things, people just throw this stuff in the bin. Have a good look round. I got a flower press, interesting. I think it's a flower press. I haven't checked bits yet. Some sort of glass jar and a frisbee. That'd be handy for taking out with dog if I had a dog, but handy for taking out with myself. And some CD. I think it's probably no use to me, but and then I'm just getting to think, well, okay, I'm going to have to wait till the morning. And what pops out from behind a cardboard box in the bin? I know it's a chunky, heavy thing. I mean, it's got the right little connector on, because that was an S4, okay. It's probably going to be one of those 12-pin DIN type connectors rather than these small SPS2 ones or whatever they're called. Anyway, it works. Anyone wants an old lightweight? Actually, I only paid £1 for this, but it's a fucking very. If you could do that, which I can't. Well, I can't. Obviously, I'm doing it now, but not well. It comes out leatherish. I can understand it very much. In fact, I could talk about that for an hour. I could talk about the Ubuntu operating system and why I can't get cheese working, because I can't. Well, I can go. I'm going to have to go to the forum, register, and ask a specific question. When I put Ubuntu up, I went to the forum because I was stuck. I started filling the application in, and then I remembered. Oh yeah, 1992 was it? 1993. Uppercase, lowercase, netiquette. Anthony says, netiquette. I got something better. Let's do it this way. And they've been good about it. There's still a netiquette group, no doubt, who do use uppercase for shouting. I don't shout at all, so there is no need to express myself in shouting ways. I don't shout, so to have a shouting mode, well, it's like something, or I could give you an example if I had time, but I'm probably not. Thank you.